Much for watching. I do want you all to know that I do plan on the 2 videos. I did run a poll and a lot of you told me to bunch together episode 1 through 3 in one video, and then the other part of the Netflix docu on video 2. Now, I'm not a fan of Netflix, never have, never will be. And and in addition to all this stuff, I'm gonna have to find time. It is the holiday season. I'm recording this on December 22nd. It is the holiday season, you all. I know you all are very busy with work and family and friends and rushing around to get gifts, and I'm no different than you all. So I have to find the time to sit down and actually watch that garbage. And there's been so many people that have done videos about it. I've watched a few. There's been so many articles and so much stuff. And of course, at the peak of the British media and the American media responding, Harry and Meghan have released a statement. So, that just told me a lot. I have not watched, just so you all know, I've not watched all the episodes yet. I will. So please, thank you for your patience and stay tuned, because I will be making those 2 videos in response, and I'm going to be kind of making a note. My plan when I watch it for you all is to make a note of all the obscure things they say, and then kind of to maybe, draw some references to when she was still in England. That should be interesting. But honestly, I just think that because the Queen is gone, the Queen's husband is gone, Prince Philip is gone, now Charles is the new king. For me, there's so much about this that I just don't fundamentally agree with. Fundamentally, I don't agree with the Oprah interview. I don't agree with the book. I don't agree with the docu, the Netflix docu. I don't agree with any of it on just the basis alone that something that has to do with family, should be private. These are royals. And honestly, I think celebrities, same thing. I know celebrities don't really have, they still have handlers, they still have sponsors, they still have so-called bosses with, projects and stuff. But celebrities, for the most part, can pick and choose, kind of, depending upon their agents and stuff like that. And, celebrities have more free range. But the thing is with Meghan and Harry is that they're still royals, even if they're ex-senior royals. Because of Harry especially, they're still tied to the British royal family. So for me, they're acting like the Kardashians. They are acting like celebrities. So sometimes when I'm seeing all these stories come out, I'm like, wait, are these celebrities? Are these, sometimes I have to kind of pause and be like, oh my God, Harry, Diana, like when it clicks, you're like, whoa, like this is crazy. So yes, celebrities have more free range than the royals, of course, but I still think that there should just be a level of decorum. I just think that it's better if celebrities, out of the movie theaters, out of, the record deals and the albums and the shows. I think the same thing for celebrities. I think celebrities should be able to have a private family life. They should be able to date who they want, go grocery shopping. Like, they're not aliens, for God's sake. They are more wealthy than the average person. They are heavily coveted and lusted after, but it doesn't mean that they can't have a private life. So that's dangerous. I think this line that Harry and Meghan are blending between celebrity and royal life, I think is so dangerous. So don't worry, you all. I will have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? If I want to know what they said in detail and what they've used from whatever they've done, I will say this. I did listen to a reaction video. And I'm going to get into the statement in a little bit, you all. So I'm just going to give you guys like a generalized, summary here. I did see somebody make a summary of the first couple of episodes. And what I found, you all, so strange. And I haven't seen this, but I've heard about it from so many people. What they've said to me is that Harry especially, was recording himself when they were leaving, was recording himself shortly after the wedding. Like, who does this? I was like, wow. So, and then they kind of summed it up to, oh well, a friend of a friend said that they should record everything or document everything. Apparently before Netflix even came in, they said that a friend recommended them to record themselves, to follow themselves, to capture the moment of what was happening. And I'm like, what? I was like, wow. So, I don't see with this couple, it's hard to tell what's real from fake. It's very difficult. Is it really a friend who told them that, or do they already have a deal on the table, or there's rufflings of a deal on the table before, the queen, passed away? I mean, there's so many gray areas to decorum here. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Kardashians, like a reality show, basically. Like, if they're recording themselves or wanting someone to record them, like, that's not what royals do. That's not what royals do. And you know, I'm not a royal, in that way. You're not a royal in that way. We're not living up in a castle, right? But I think that most people with common sense can kind of picture what that would be like, to know that your father is a king or that your grandmother was the queen and you're in a bathroom recording yourself as a prince. I'm baffled. I'm completely baffled, and I know that when I watch it, I think I'm gonna go bonkers. I'm gonna tell you all right now. I'm gonna tell you all right now. When I watch those episodes, I think I'm just gonna fall out. I also saw in articles that Meghan was saying how she couldn't wear certain colors, what the hell, and how she didn't want to be seen anyway, so she was wearing a lot of these weird colors and tights. And I'm like, what the, like, why? My thing is this: why do we need to know this? Like, let's say hypothetically that was true, like Meghan was not allowed to wear a certain color because the other higher ranking royals wanted to wear a certain color. Okay, why do we care, and why should we have to care about this? I don't get it. So it's stuff like this, you all, that I'm just like, first of all, who is Meghan fooling? Who is Meghan fooling? Like, this is the same lady who was crying on the balcony, right? This is the same lady who pushed herself in front of the queen, pushed herself in front of Prince Harry. What, I mean, does anybody remember when she got engaged and she had those humongous diamond earrings? Like, the earring was from here to here. Okay. As far as I could see, she was super privileged, super loved. Once again, Harry, I just don't think that Harry and Meghan are doing themselves any favors, and I think we can all see that. I mean, the general reaction from the public is outrage. Even if somebody's, let's say somebody is a mega Diana fan. Forget Kate, forget Meghan. Just somebody who's just in love and feels bad for what happened to Diana. Even those people are like, what is this? Why? So I don't know. I just think that Harry and Meghan are, I don't want to call them stupid, but maybe they're just not thinking things through, and when they see the money and they see these executives and these companies promising them, glitz and glam and fame and more money, maybe they're just not thinking it through. I don't know. I try to be fair in my approach and my observation. I've tried to be fair as much as I can without being upset at their behavior. And so maybe when Netflix said, hey, we're going to give you over $88 million, they just kind of blanked out. I don't know. They claim this friend told them to start recording, start documenting them. I mean, what? They're not YouTubers. They're not celebrities. They're not, musicians. this is stuff that I would do, that you would do. You know, you just get a camera and talk. Like, this is not what royals do. So I was kind of like, when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, you know, they really are in a different dimension. They must think that this is just okay. I don't know. I don't know. So with that said, let me just go ahead and read the very short statement. Truthfully, the Daily Mail has the best details. I've looked at British publications and American for the statement. I wanted to see the full statement. It's been kind of hard to find it, but this website has it. It's quite short, and then the Daily Mail has a longer article explaining, you know, how long they filmed for, what was included. I was like, whoa, this is kind of crazy, you know? So the statement says the Duke and the Duchess have never cited privacy as the reason for stepping back. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. This distorted narrative was intended to trap the couple into silence. Trap the couple into silence. In fact, their statement announcing their decision to step back mentions nothing of privacy and reiterates their desire to continue their roles in public duties. Okay, that is false as well. That is false as well. Okay, when they stepped down, the only thing that I remember that stood out to me was that they wanted to make their own money. That was a big topic. Remember that when they stepped down was, oh, we want to make our own money. We want to be financially independent. Okay, that's the only thing that was really noted in terms of and also Harry talking about how it was unsafe and so they needed more security or they needed to be away. Privacy, that's privacy. Okay, so then it says any suggestion otherwise speaks to a key point of this series. Okay, so are they celebrities? Are they royals or are they celebrities? Which one do they want to be known as? It's kind of how I'm feeling now. Like, do they want people to constantly follow them and I mean clearly, or do they just want to be royals? Because royals don't behave like this. Like, it's just like they just don't do stuff like this. And you know, the thing is to be fair, Meghan claims that she didn't know nothing about Diana, she knew nothing about Harry. We all know that's a lie, right? But here's the thing. Meghan, from when she was a baby, a toddler, a child, she did not live with other royals, right? Meghan did not live in England. She's American. So to be fair with I think with the Meghan perspective, she would only get a full dose of this reality, whether she researched it or not, when she married Prince Harry. So the way that I'm seeing it, without even going into detail, the way that I'm just taking this statement and everything else is that Harry would have known better than anyone. You know, he's so scarred from Diana. He's so traumatized, you know, from all of this. And then he went on to even say in the docu as well that the Queen never sat him down and never told him about the I mean, there's obviously a lot of problems from their perspective that I've gathered from just hearsay and articles and summarizations of each episode, which I have looked at without watching it because I really don't want to give them any money to watch. You know, the Netflix ads is giving them money. I really don't want to give them that, but in order for me to say it for myself, I have to watch it, right, and report to you guys and, you know, cover it in general, right, because I do want to see what they said. But my thing is, Harry would know, you know, Harry would know about this life, regardless of if the Queen sat him down or not. I mean, I don't even know what he's going on about. I mean, you are a prince. You're supposed to be a prince. You're supposed to be royal. You're supposed to be part of the British royal family. Okay. It was Harry's job, I would say, to turn to his doting, loving wife that he's so obsessed with, you know, and everything like that. And to tell her, like, listen, you know, this is what's going to come with it. Not after the fact and then turn to her and say, do you want to just jump on a plane to America? Like, give her a chance. And this is something that I've always wondered is like, what, you know, did they give it a good shot? I've never felt that, you know, I mean, Some people think they got kicked out. You know, I've seen people say that they actually didn't choose. You know, now there's other people that think that they actually just got kicked out of the royal family. I mean, people have all different types of ideas, right? But I'm just gonna go based on the premise of them stepping down, right? So my thing is this: they were not married for long. You know, they were not married for long when they were still working royals in England. So, you know, there has to be an adjustment. There has to be some time. There has to be some effort put into the royal engagements, and maybe even, you know, British literature and culture and information that I guess Meghan just didn't have. You know, there has to be some effort. And if I was, you know, Kate or Will or any of those people, my question would be, you know, how hard did they try? You know what I'm saying? Was there any real interest in staying in England? Because from the looks of it, once again, to me, it feels like Harry was leading this whole plan. You know, I don't think that Meghan is 100% innocent, but a lot of it just seems like an act of rebellion, an act of, you know, anti-establishment, anti-monarch, anti-royal. And it's strange because if that's really how Harry and now Meghan feels, then give up your titles. Simply put, if I don't like something, I'm not going to stay in it, right? If I don't agree with something, I'm not going to take on the titles and right off into the sunset. I just think that at this point, they need to make up their mind. You know, you can't on one end be wanting the royal family to apologize and make things better for you. Like, they don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like the queen is gone. Charles is a new king. You know, everybody has to get on with it, you know, and it just seems like they're stuck in the past, you know, especially Harry. Once again, Harry is it's obvious that Harry is mentally messed up. He's not mentally there. He's not sound in his decision making. And it's sad because I don't think that maybe Meghan does realize. I don't know. Once again, I'm not trying to put words in their mouth, but I'm trying to be fair. You know, I don't know. It kind of feels like to me, Meghan is just taking what he says. Even with the whole thing about the family saying racist things, right? But I mean, Oprah interview, hello. Even with the thing about, you know, Harry's family. This is not Meghan's family. It's now Meghan's family through marriage, but in general, this is Harry's lot, right? And so Harry saying to Meghan that his family is being racist about a baby. I mean, what proof? What proof? So once again, I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of looking at Harry sideways because why are you saying these things to her? Why are you putting these predisposed thoughts about your family because of Diana in her mind? You know, let her grow into being a duchess. Let her grow into being, you know, a buddy of Catherine. You know, now the Princess of Wales, you know, and that's what makes me look at Harry sideways, because who's to say that if he was not so bitter and things were not so messed up in his mind and what he grew up with and what he saw from Charles and Diana's very unstable marriage, you know, arranged marriage, kind of, really forced marriage, things would have been different. You know, in a perfect world, I'm being honest, you all, in a perfect world, I would love to think that Meghan wanted to make it work and Harry was supportive and was introducing Meghan to all of his cousins. You know, in a perfect world, I would love to think, okay, you know, things were rocky at first, but things got better. But I don't know. It just seems like Harry had this pre-plan of, you know, marry an American, go to America. Like, it just seems like a lot of Harry's baggage has overlaid into Meghan. And then I think that sadly, Meghan's own actions, behavior, you know, American ways were not really welcomed. You know, some of the things she said, things she did, just made it worse. You know, both of their behaviors, I think, kind of compacted on a already strange new situation. So everything that I've seen of the press report, other people report by themselves, like YouTubers and stuff, shocks me. I can't believe that this is what it's come to. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate because actually just this morning they've said that the Princess of Wales is hurt. Of course she is. I think that William and Catherine are devastated. Just for the fact that this is not the same Harry. This is not the same Harry that we saw in pictures, that we saw at the Commonwealth services. I mean, Harry has turned into a monster for sure. And I don't want to say something too controversial, but this is kind of the angle I'm looking at it now. Meghan can get up and go whenever she wants. Does she want to? Don't know. Would she? Of course. I think if it got to a point that things got super bad, I mean, everybody said it. Everybody said that Meghan is not the one to just follow the rules. That's kind of clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, Meghan gives me the energy of somebody who, if she's super, super, super unhappy, no matter how much money she's making, she could get to a breaking point. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, Meghan has married into this, and she can leave, or she can get divorced, or Harry could say, I don't want you anymore. Anything could happen at this point. But the sad thing is that Harry is always going to have his father. He's always going to have his brother and tied to them. Maybe not a relationship, but he's always going to have those family links. And the only person I see here that's trying to constantly separate himself is Harry. I don't even see it as Meghan now. I see it as like Harry is the one who is like, F you. I even saw, once again, I actually saw a clip of Harry saying that they do the roles better or something like that. Like, oh, Meghan was splashed on the cover and it's not our fault that we're better at our jobs than what they were born into, or some weird stuff like that. I'm like, where is this? He's so bitter, he's so jealous. It's sad, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that the tough pill now that we're all going to have to swallow and realize is that if Harry did not put this on board, this would not be happening. That's a tough reality. If Harry did not co-sign this, if Harry did not agree to spill all these family secrets and all this weird stuff, there would be nothing that Meghan can overwrite. Meghan is only in that position because of Harry. That's what this has all given me. I've realized in the clips I've saw, and I've seen a couple of clips. I haven't seen the whole episodes yet. I will, but I've seen a lot of clips of them sitting down talking, and it just seems like Harry is the one. And the thing is, no matter how much money or fame Meghan wants out of all of this, she would not be in this position without Harry. That's the thing. She would not be able to have all this media attention if she wasn't still a duchess. Because when she was an actress, I never heard of her. And I know when they got first engaged and married, Meghan fans would come on my videos and say, "Oh my God, how did you not know about her? Oh, you're just saying that." And I'm not just saying that. I remember those days people would come, people channels like mine, different YouTubers and spiritual readers, and say, "You're lying. You knew about her. What do you mean you never saw Sue?" I still to this day, guys, have never seen a Suits episode in my life. And that's no shade. I'm not shading anybody. No, I'm not even shading Meghan. I'm not shading any actor, any director on that show. I've never seen it. I never heard of her. Okay? That's my truth. I never heard of Meghan until she was engaged. Sorry if that offends anybody. So to me, it's like, this is all because Harry's given her this power. Harry has pumped her up, has convinced her that she's better than William and Catherine. He said it. He said, oh, Meghan was on the front page, so she did, well, really, he's talking about them, but he said she did a better job than William and Catherine. Why would you even say that? He sounds like a hater. You know, why are you hating on your own brother? And I think that same day on Twitter, there was a hashtag Harry's a traitor and Harry is jealous was trending. So the public can see, right? The public can see that Harry is bitter, jealous, angry. You know, we all can see that. So to me, the buck stops with Harry. You know, he's the head of the household. He's the prince, not Meghan. You know, I think that Charles has got to step up. Somebody has got to say enough is enough. You don't like our family so much. You don't like what we represent. You know, you don't really want to support the Commonwealth in these ways, then you can get out. You can go. You can stay in America. You know, and then what was even stranger was Tyler Perry, which I've seen in person. I've gone to one of his plays in person. He's like the godfather or something to one of the kids. I mean, what the hell? Like, it's just the randomness of it all, you know? Like, and then he didn't want to go to the christening or something. The whole thing is weird. So they're claiming in the statement that they did not, it's not about privacy. Okay, that's not what they said. That's not what they alleged. That's not even what the documentary alleges. They allege, you know, paparazzi harassment. They allege intrusion. They allege that even William was selling fake stories, that the royal firm was selling fake stories about Meghan. This is all things that, once again, Harry has said. These are all things that Harry has claimed and said as fact. So to me, the problem child is Harry. It's clear as day. And sadly, Meghan has, honestly, I think she's believed the lie because she profits. She profits as well. And I know people that are very color focused are not going to like that, but it's true. You know, they say, oh, you know, why does she have to be a gold digger just because she's biracial or black? Okay, that's not even the topic. People that take it all the way over there is because they're so focused on race. Why don't you be focused on character? I'm focused on their character. I'm not even focused on their color. I'm focused on their character. Maybe somebody else is. I ain't them. But to me, that's what I see. I see two people who are wounded, who are a little mentally deranged, and they're opportunists. You know, they go against the grain, and that's fine, but there's consequences to that. You know what I'm saying? And with all due respect, you know, I am not in Harry's shoes. So I've always said that if, you know, Meghan was suicidal or Harry was going through something, I've always said on my channel, have I not? I've always said it. If they need help, they need to go and get help. But this is not the way. You know, airing out your dirty laundry will never be the way. It will never make you, you know, squeaky clean. It's not gonna, you know, clean your own image. It's not going to clean your family's image. So what does it do for the public? Nothing. All this does is make us judge you even harder. All this makes me do is judge you. It doesn't make me feel bad for you. I don't, you know, and anyway, let's get real. You know, Great Britain is in a recession. The world banks are collapsing. You know, inflation is sky high. I actually saw somebody tweet on Twitter that nobody is concerned about, you know, their Montecito mansion when people are struggling. And I could not agree more. You know, people are focused on paying their bills. People are focused on keeping their health and their sanity. This is not what we care about right now. This is not what I care about, you know, to that high level. You know, it's not like on the top of my list, you know. So that goes for all of us who are not a part of the 1 to 5%. You know, we're focused on paying our bills, right? We're focused on keeping our jobs. We're focused on keeping food on our table. So the fact that even people in California or that live, people, I've seen people that actually live near these folk, Meghan and Harry, I'm saying H&M, don't care about them. They don't care for them. So my thing is this. It's just all propaganda. Like, it's all just hype. You know what I'm saying? And I think Netflix should be ashamed of themselves. Just like I think Oprah should be ashamed of herself. I think Oprah made herself look bad. I think Oprah is so above them. And when she took their lies as fact, and then after the fact said, oh, well, and try to like retract, what she was saying about them, that was a red flag to me, because you can't take what they say as fact. You don't know what their motive is, and you don't even know if what Harry said to Meghan is true. So Meghan's not off the hook, but my issue is that if Harry was not allowing this to happen, it would not happen. It wouldn't happen. Maybe somebody who's greedy and thirsty for a hit story, they may go to Meghan behind Harry's back and say, hey, Meghan, do you want to go on, this show? But the thing is, once again, she still got to go back to Harry. She still got to get some dirt about the family from who? Harry. Meghan, here's what I'm seeing. Meghan is not married long enough. She did not live in England long enough to know Jack Diddley squat. And there was actually, I think, a British reporter named Nana or Nanny. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Nana. And she is brilliant. I don't know the station, but she's a British journalist. And she was talking about the fact that they are talking so much about, England being racist. And she was like, first of all, I've lived in America and England. And if you want to talk about racist, you talk about America. And, that was spot on. And she was saying how, people forget that, the abolishment of certain slave trades and routes was first started in England. It didn't start first in America, So they need to kind of like, I feel like Harry and Meghan, they're missing the mark. They're missing the mark completely. All the police brutality, major stories. What country did that come out of? America. It didn't come out of England. The mega, black violence from police officers towards black men especially has happened in America, not in England. Not in England. So what Harry is saying is fundamentally false. It's false. And Meghan is the one who's like the little bird who catches the food, and she makes it worse. She piggybacks off of what Harry says to her, or the perspective that Harry has given her, which is this: oh, my mother was murdered because she was with a man of color. This is what Harry said. Listen to the words that Harry said. I saw a clip where Harry said, my mother was murdered because she was in love with a man of color. Now, who speaks like that? Who talks like that? What is the name of your mother's boyfriend? What does color have to do with love? Nothing. But once again, it was Harry saying all these race baiting things, these race card things. That's how I see it now. And I don't want it to get us like, I don't want it to make it seem like that Meghan didn't have a goal, because she did. She did. She's the one second, you won't. My leg is numb. Meghan is the one who told her friends that she wanted an affluent British man. Yeah, she had her ideal man in mind. But the route that Harry has taken his family is the wrong one. And it's only him, it's only Harry that could have added the steam, added the smoke, added the fire to it. Meghan can only just catch the crumbs and then try to build up her status, build up her name off of him. That's what people are not seeing. And with this Netflix documentary, that's what I've picked up. It's Harry. It's Harry feeding this ego, feeding this desire in Meghan that, oh, she's better than William, she's better than Kate. This is Harry telling her that. I don't think that anybody around Meghan has said that you're better than Catherine, you're better than William. But Harry is. Are we all catching this? It's Harry. Harry is the one putting this bug in her ear. But they're both fake. They both have their agenda. That's the sad thing. Like if Meghan was 100% pure and Harry was saying all this stuff, it may have gone a different way, y'all. It may have gone a different way. But the fact that she had her own plan and he had his own plan, both of them together is just drama. So sadly, this has just kind of expanded for me the flaws in Harry so far. For me, because he is the one that's telling her this BS that they're better than William and Catherine, knowing that after Charles, it's going to be William as king. Harry knows this. He knows that. So why on earth would you ever try to go against them or anything like that? If you really loved your brother, if you respect your country, the country not only that you were born and bred in, but that you represent. You represent the British Commonwealth. Every country that has been majorly influenced or even, let's say, colonized or taken over is British. So what about that does Harry not understand? So, and you know what? I think it's time. You know, I thought this, about 2 years ago, I had this, maybe not two, no, is it 2 years ago already? Maybe. You know, this thought crossed my mind, but I never really felt like it was substantial to say. And I'll say it now because I think it makes sense, and you know, with the summary that I'm giving you all so far and my observations, my opinion, humble opinion, I will say it now. If Meghan was not tied to Harry and just a working actress and maybe even single, I don't think that a lot of people would dislike her as much. I know that's controversial, but I'll say that, okay? I think that if Meghan was just by herself trying to make it in Hollywood or in Canada or wherever else, I don't think that a lot of things that she's done or has did, I would dislike as much. But I just think that because of the history of Diana and Charles and Camilla and all this wrapped up drama, for me, adding Meghan to the mix is just a disaster. It's a complete clusterfuck. It's horrible. But think of it. If Meghan was just by herself, never married Harry, never tried to fit in, none of this, never spoke out, never believed the BS that Harry told her, never tried to make herself larger than life, just was a normal girl, people would like her. That's what I think. I think a lot of people would like her because she is a woman of color, even though she's biracial and doesn't identify as black. For one, for majority of her acting life, Meghan did not identify as a black woman. She didn't. So she doesn't speak for me. She doesn't speak for a majority of black women out here, or let's say biracial. She is in a category, in a lane of her own. She is a rare person. She's very different than most people. So what category is Meghan in? I have no idea. But people don't, I mean, especially in America, you know, we don't see her as a black woman. You know, her mother is a black woman. She does not come across like that. You know what I'm saying? So just for what it is, a woman of color or a biracial woman, whatever, she's not white, right? Okay, so yeah. You know, if that's how she saw herself as a black woman, you know, that's how she identified on paper as a black woman. Yeah, if she was not married to Harry and was just like every other actress in Hollywood, maybe a lot of people would like her. That's what I think now. I just think the damage, the persona, you know, that's been given to us, yeah, I just don't think helps her. But I've always said, you know, if she was to leave Harry or he was to leave her or something was, you know, a major scandal or they were to be, you know, stripped of their title, God knows what could happen next. Hopefully not a car crash like Diana, but, you know, we don't know. But if she was just Meghan, Rachel, trying to make it in Hollywood, trying to make it. Maybe people would like her, you know? But I just think that something about her and that family with Harry, it don't mix, with all due respect. To me, it doesn't seem organic. You know, maybe by now, with all the hell that Harry's put her through, maybe now she's fallen in love. You know, I don't think that she was really in love for the most part. Maybe now she is, you know, 2 kids in, wherever the kids came from, we don't know. But maybe, just maybe by now, maybe she's fallen in love and she's head over heels, you know, and good for them. But something just about the way everything has gone down is so messy. And it's sad because it never had to be this way. You know, it never had to be this bad. But I don't know. You know, maybe when I watch the Netflix documentary, more of that will be explained to me, and I can come back to you all and say, okay, now this makes more sense. But I just think that for what it's worth, for what's happened to the separation between brothers of William and Harry is sad within itself. And I don't think that it's right that Harry has all this power to just trash anybody he likes. You know, I just don't think it's fair. So that's my observation. That's my reaction to the statement, you all. But yeah, you know, I thought this about a year and a half, if not more ago. And I said, maybe, you know, maybe if she was just like a regular working girl in Hollywood, maybe people would like her, you know? She's not ugly. She's definitely not ugly. You know, she's beautiful hair. Her hair is beautiful. You know, she's not ugly. So, you know, if she was just by herself, maybe she could have been a superstar. She could have been a real superstar. For real. And then maybe she would have been seen as a biracial or whatever she chooses. But I just think that because of the dirt that they've tried to put in the royal family, to put on, you know, especially the higher ranking royals, such as Charles and his wife and Kate and William, I just don't think has gone the right way. And I think that Harry needs to stop. But if they refuse, you know, if Meghan and Harry refuse to stop talking and just blubbering off their mouth, then they shouldn't have their titles. You know, it's sad. But I mean, it's not good for national security. It's not, there's nothing good about it. You know, nothing good has come of the Oprah interview. Nothing's good is going to come of this. Nothing as good is going to come of the book. Nothing that's seeped in joy and love and purity has come from this. So I almost want to beg them, just stop, you know, just stop, you know. You have enough money, we hope. By now, if Netflix has given y'all over $80 million, you can definitely retire off of that. You know, if you can't live off of $80 million, something's wrong, right? Something is wrong. So is this it? You know, is just you guys doing this whole Netflix thing, the lid on it, the end of it? I hope so. It's obviously not because of the book, you know, Harry's book, The Spare, very dramatic, you know, I mean, yeah, so it's weird. I think that Meghan's relationship with her own family would be better. I think her acting career would be better without this mistake. I think that her marrying into this family was a huge mistake. And I think that Harry trying to convince himself that she is the one and the right woman to be in the royal family is wrong as well. You know, and if you guys wanted to do all this, just don't have any titles. Don't have any connections whatsoever to the British royal family. That's how I see it. You know, give up everything. Forget your kids having titles. Just don't even speak about them. Don't even, Harry and Meghan, don't even speak about them. Just go away. You know, you're millionaires. You're millionaires. Why do you need to do this? You know what I'm saying? You could have a peaceful life shopping for caviar and all types of expensive stuff and rugs and fur coats, and you know, y'all could be living good. But instead, every day y'all are getting trashed in the media and talking about stupid stuff. And Diana is gone. So bringing up Diana and trying to constantly, you know, push that whole sob story is silly to me, because she's gone. You know, she's in a better place. You know, her and her boyfriend are in a better place, in fact. So respectfully, who cares? I'm sure Diana is way past this earthly realm, you know, way over what Charles did to her. I'm sure of it. Because in heaven, there is no anger. In heaven, there is no fights and arguments. So if Harry believes in a heaven or an afterlife or even none of those things, she still would not be talking about this. You know, let's say Diana, there is no heaven. Let's just say hypothetically there is no heaven. There is no reincarnation. There is no incarnation. Okay, and just once you're dead, you're dead. That's it. There's nothingness. Okay, Diana would not be even caring about this. So the fact that she's long gone, it's been decades, and this is what Harry is using for attention to justify what's happened with Meghan is ridiculous. Separate Diana from Meghan. They're not the same person. And that's why I keep saying that I think that Harry is mentally jacked up, because why does he keep mixing the two? Diana's personality is so different than Meghan's. So different. Diana's purpose is different. You know, even the causes that Diana loved and cared for and poured herself into are not the same causes that Meghan pours herself into. So there's just this weird warped reality that Harry is living in. And so it's quite strange. It's just quite strange that every time they get a camera on them, they're talking about the past. Even Meghan. You know, I saw a clip with Meghan talking about her divorced parents. I mean, this should be private. This is not something that anybody should be forced to talk about on camera. You know, it's all private. So I'm sure when I watch it, and to the best of my ability, I'm sure there's going to be a lot that I have to say, a lot to unpack. I am certain of it. I can only imagine the kind of things I'm going to hear. But yeah, I just think that this is all just like bringing up old wounds, you know, and how are they going to both, whatever family issues Harry and Meghan has, how are they going to heal and move forward if they're always stuck in the past? You know, it's hard. It's very hard to move forward in your life and be truly happy if everything you're focused on is who hurt me, who hurt this person, what I've lost, what I've not had enough of. You know, you're an adult, you're a parent, you're a husband, you're a wife, you're a mother. You've got to grow up. These two have got to grow up. And even calling each other H and M is weird. You know, that's why I also saw that they call each other by letters. They don't even have their, anyway. So yeah, it's just childish. They have to grow up. They have to get real. You know, people are struggling. People have more important things to focus on than, respectfully, Harry and Meghan. Even I do. And I just took my time to, you know, speak with you all about it, because I felt like it. You know, why not? Why not? But yeah, you know, in reality, people in California, people in England, they don't want to care about this stuff. You know, they don't even, at the end of the day, they just want people to be happy. That's what I want. You know, at the end of the day, I just want them to be happy. I really do. You know, I may not like everything that Harry and Meghan has said, but at the end of the day, You know, everybody, I think to some degree, if you're a good person, should be happy. So why waste your time making a Netflix documentary? Why waste your time writing a book trying to compare yourself to your brother who you know has no choice? You know, it's true. You know, William doesn't really William is not the type to forfeit his duties like you, Harry. You know, to some degree, I think that William and Catherine love what they do. There's joy in what they do. And I think that William would be an absolutely superb king. So I don't think that there's any need for a book, for Netflix, none of this. None of this. To hell with it. I think that they just should just be grateful, you know, but they're millionaires. Enjoy your money. You know, go on vacation if you want, whatever. We don't care. We don't care. And just leave the public alone. Just leave public life alone. Live your life as a private citizen. You know, for example, there is presidents in America that, you know, after they are, you know, they serve their terms or whatever, or term, because they may not have two terms, they live their life as a private citizen. They're, of course, sure, they're photographed, but for the most part, they're private. So that's the kind of future I think that, if I could say, Harry and Meghan should want to have. You know, you're still known in the face. If somebody saw you in public, they may still want to take a picture of you, but for the most part, you're a private citizen. You're private. You're a private citizen. So what's better than that? I don't get it. You're rich. You're decent looking. You know, you got your kids. What more do you need? And what is Harry's book? What exactly in Harry's book are we gonna find out now? I mean, what other stuff? I mean, why? Just why? So thank you all for watching. Very happy to share my thoughts with you all about it. So that's gonna be coming up, hopefully before the new year. Most likely, I will definitely be watching those episodes and telling you all what I think. And I'm gonna try to jot some notes down. You know, every weird thing that comes up, I'm gonna probably write it down and come on here and be like, what the hell was that? Like, did you guys see that part in the episode 2 or 3 or whatever? And we'll talk about it, y'all. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being subscribed as well. If you are a subscriber, you're gonna be subscribing, thank you so much. You know, I'm just happy to be able to even talk to you all, make videos like this. It's fun. It's you know, it's fun. It's great. And I hope you'll have a great day. Okay, bye. Love you all.